시작하겠습니다.
Let us begin. Today is on January 26th by heavenly calendar of 13th year of 천밀국. 2025 February 23rd. Today 155 True Love Chombo Family Church morning devotion will begin. First, we are going to bow to the true parents, heaven and then earth and humankind.
바로 가정 맹세를
Let us resign the family pledge together.
가정 맹세 1. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연
땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이사인 지산 천국과 천산 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되며 또는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성임, 천주에서는 선자의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
3.
천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 신정권과 3대 왕권과 왕조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
4.
천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 부모님의 창조이사인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주제적 청산세계와 대산적 지산세계의 통일을 향해 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고
하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7.
천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 침전문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천일국 주제를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신의 일체 이상을 이루어 산천국과 천산천국에게 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
그러면 저희를
Next,
대표해서
we would like to ask 트루타니상 to have a representative prayer representing us. Let us pray all together. Our beloved heavenly parents and true parents, today as well, I'm really feel thankful to have a prayer with all of us together today. As we know that true parents and then heavenly parents are allowed us to have this kind of opportunity to learn and then learn about the precious speech by Dr. Young's mouth. And then we started to participate in this morning devotion a couple years ago. And then Dr. Yon mentioned about the importance of this morning devotion, and he emphasized that to have this morning devotion. And then we know that he has been made a great effort to running out this morning devotion with a sincere heart with us. So we are all thankful with this. And we all know that we are here because of Dr. Young's efforts, great efforts, and love, and great and interest. Then we all are very thankful with this love by Dr. Young, that we are growing, we are matured enough to become a true person, true couple, blessed couple, achieving the goal, the fulfillment, our responsibility as a blessed couple, which true father and true heavenly parents desires. And then let us allow us to become a true children and a true blessed family, desiring that we are becoming going forward to the achieve goal to achieve. I pray in the name of Kyoko Tsuruta, blessed couple, attending Holy Mother Han. Thank you very much for artistic prayer today. Let us have to share the thankful message, and then let us have a time to express our gratitude.
From Washington D.C. 미국의 워싱턴 DC고 우리 사모님의 믿음의 딸 됩니다.
Yoko-san, she is a spiritual child of my wife. Yoko-san, will you introduce yourself and greet us briefly? Coming from United States of America, there are three children. There are her three children besides her.
아마 거기는 저녁 시간이죠. 저녁 시간. 예, 부탁합니다.
Can you share your gratitude today, Yoko-san?
여러분 안녕하십니까?
Everyone, good morning, everyone. It's really nice to see you. My name is Yoko Humba. And then together, I'm attending this in morning devotion with my children. My husband is an African. I live in Maryland, nearby Washington, D.C.
안녕하세요. 네, 안녕하세요. 저는 고마 요코라고 합니다. 오늘 일요일이라서 애들도 참가하고 있는데요. 남편은 아프리카 사람입니다. 워싱턴 옆에 있는 메리랜드라는 도시에 살고 있습니다.
毎朝、訓読会を YouTube で
Every morning I attend through YouTube this morning devotion, and this is the time 4 p.m. for this morning devotion, and I'm really grateful to have this time every day. And then most of the time I get to attend as soon as I finish my work. I really realized that I am alive by this true speech.
あと、
The
今まで
precious
何回も聞いてたけど忘れてたところ
heavenly,
にさせら
heavenly
れたり
parents
と
and
か、
true parent speech.
あと、
Even like I can
それを通して
reborn
毎
again
日
with
その
this
力を
precious
頭じゃなくて、本当に
speech.
御言
And
葉に
this is
命
a
があるの
great
で、
power and a
でそれ
great
で本当に
energy for
力を得て、
me
この毎日
to
の力を与え
go
られているなと感じて、
go
本当に
go
感謝してい
to
ます。
our work and then live a life of our life with this
정말 말씀이
a
생명이다.
life of
말씀에 의해 생명이
precious
주어진다라는 것을
heavenly parents, true
믿습니다.
parents' words.
내일
So
잠을
I believe
자고
that
있었던 거, 잊고 있었던 것을
this a
말씀
life of
통해서 다시
true
되살아있고
parents'
다시
words
생각나고
is a life of our
앞으로
life.
전진할 수 있는
As a
힘이
core.
주어지는 것
This is a
같습니다.
core.
그래서 너무 감사하고 있습니다.
So I'm so grateful with this
この4
to
項目が
attend.
いつも長文群は長文群にあるだけじゃなくて、私たち個人と家庭に長文群を築いていかないといけないって言われ
So
るのを
Dr. Yon, as Dr. Yon mentioned every day,
簡単
every
じゃないん
time
ですけど、
that
本当に
there will be a Chonongun in our service. It's not in
感謝し
the
ていけるように
it's not in the
と思ってい
outside,
ます。
but the
神様
Chonongun
が
will
皇后
be
様が 学
inside
びたくな
of
るよう
our
な家
service
庭を築いてい
to
けたらな
build
と思ってい
by
ます。
building the ideal family.
はい、ありがとうございます。
네, 요 회장님 항상
So I will
말씀하시는 것처럼 천원궁이
do
나의
my
가정
best
위에 만들어야
from
된다.
now on
그렇게 할 수
to
있도록 우선
fulfill this
남편과 일체화할 수 있도록
this
하늘 부모님,
responsibility
친부모님께서 정말 함께
by
이루고 싶은 그런 가정을
trying
만들고
a great
싶습니다.
efforts to build
네,
ideal family.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much for sharing your
Nelson,
gratitude.
Agnes, Lincoln. So why don't you share why don't you greet yourself, okay? From Nelson, okay, share.
Hello.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 저는 넬슨입니다.
네.
Nelson, my name is Nelson.
And
Agnes and Lincoln.
I'm really grateful to be here today.
오늘
joining.
이렇게 여기에 조인을 해서 너무나도 기쁘게 생각합니다. Okay, continue.
I really miss morning devotion back here in America. We used to
그래서 용혜자님께서 미국에서 훈독해야 때가 정말 그립습니다.
I used to join a lot, and also if I couldn't join,
그때는 많이 정말 훈독에 참석을 했었습니다.
and yes, I'm really grateful to be here once again.
정말로 다시 한번 감사하게 생각합니다. Okay, thank you, Nelson. And then next is Agnes. Show your face clearly. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
안녕하세요. 저는 아그네스입니다.
Good morning, everyone. My
I'm
name is
grateful
Agnes.
that I was able to join morning devotion today.
저도 오늘 이렇게 아침 운동회에 참석하게 되어서 너무나도 기쁘게 생각하고요.
It's been a long time since we joined, and I'm grateful that we were able to join before the last morning devotion.
그래서 미국에 있을 때 그 마지막 용 회장님과의 훈독회를 그때 마지막으로 하고 그동안 없었는데 오늘 이렇게 다시 아침 시간에 얼굴을 뵙게 돼서 반갑게 생각합니다.
For my school, there's an exchange program, and I'm going to Japan in June, so I'm grateful that I can go.
그래서 우리 학교에 교환 프로그램이라는 게 있습니다. 학교 교환 프로그램. 그래서 일본에 6월 달에 교환 프로그램이 생겨가지고 아마 6월 달에 제가 일본에 가게 된 것에 대해서도 정말로 감사하게 생각합니다. 오케이? 오케이, Agnes, you can speak Japanese?
Yes,
Oh, really? 日本語できるの？
できます.
そして
Wow.
少し日本語で話してみて。일본말로 한번 인사해봐요.
はい。 6月に学校のプログラムで日本に行くことになりました。
Oh, wow, such a
で、
great.
横浜水団っていう学校に行きます。
Oh.
Very good.
She is speaking
Beautiful.
and try to
So
speak in
finally,
Japanese. So that's
Abraham
wonderful.
Lincoln or the
Japanese
Koma Lincoln?
greeting.
Okay, Koma Lincoln.
Good morning. 저는 링컨입니다. I'm really grateful that I was able to be here, and I really missed morning devotion, and I used to always join and really learn a lot of things.
그래서 아침 이렇게 모닝 디보션 분독회에게 조인하게 된 것을 정말 감사하게 생각합니다. And then that's
I'm
it?
also grateful that I was able to really also practicing words that you taught in morning devotion.
그리고 또 하나 감사하는 것은 용회장님께서 아침 훈독회에 말씀하시는 내용을 실천할 수 있게 된 데 대해서도 감사를 드립니다. Okay? All right, thank you so much. And yeah,
You.
our
Thank you very
Nelson,
much. Thank you for your
Agnes,
sharing.
thank you very, very much also. Okay, 요코상 아리가또 고자이마스. 감사합니다. Thank you, our beautiful children. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
네. So, 그러면 훈독회 시작합시다.
네, 아이고, 너무 흐뭇해서 눈물이 날 뻔했습니다.
I'm gonna shed tears today with my joyfulness. Let us have a beginning. Let us have the time to read through the true parents' speech.
말씀은 생명이다라는
So as the Yoko-san mentioned that the speech and the words is a life, our life. That's right. That's correct. The words, true parents' words is a life, our life, because we can reflect on myself to listen by these words, the special words, and we can check ourselves that we are going to the right way every day, and am I wrong or am I unwrong? Then in the true, I would like to talk that life, true mothers and true fathers' speech is our mirror that reflecting on ourselves, whether we are going to right away, proper way. Secondly, our mirror is our partner. We believe that our partner is our mirror. And then as I see my partner, like husband and wife, each other, then we again reflect on myself again that I am doing well, following this speech.
아들아, 너는 왜 그렇게 해? 그럴 경우도 있잖아요. 그런 걸 보면 참
Even like we get to know, we get to understand the truth of true father's words, but then we are judging the other side. Through our family members, through our lover, through our partner, we can check and we can see how I am doing. How I can check myself whether we are doing centering on heavenly parents and true parents' words.
나의 현재 나의 그 뭡니까 영어로 갭이라고 그랬는데 그 차이 그 격차 그런 것 때문에
there will be a little bit gap and then between a reality of myself and the true parents' words.
그럴 때마다
So as we know about this reality,
이 말씀은
we cannot deny this reality.
말씀을 전하는 것이 아니라 말씀은 말씀대로 그대로 하늘을 대신해서 땅을 대신해서 천지인
So we
창조물을
cannot
대신해서
judge and then
말씀하시는 너의 인격이
think
그를 따라주면 더욱더
with the
좋겠다.
our level.
그렇지 못할 경우라도
We cannot think and we cannot judge the true parents' words with my standard, with our own standard. But we need to understand the real meaning and deep meaning, the true meaning of that. So let us begin. Everyone, all the members, brothers and sisters who loved, who are offering greatest devotion for realizing of the fatherland. Thank you very much for great efforts. And then there will be only 5 days left before this morning devotion will end up. But True Mother mentioned that we need to focus on 청심원 night visual prayer devotion. Then I'm determined myself to make a decision. We are going to focus on the 청심원 prayer by attending there, rather than having this morning devotion. So I would like to accept again, there will be a time to start the morning devotion again someday.
첫 번째도, 두 번째도, 세 번째도 우리는 참 어머님을 중심으로 해서
So no matter what we are going to this way, well, first of all, there's no way that we need to follow only True Mother's words, only what True Mother gives us, only the words which True Mother gives us. So today's topic is about the path of life for all humankind. Continuously from the yesterday, the fastest action in the world is not the transmission of electromagnetic waves. It is love. Love travels faster and flies higher than anything in the world. When two people at opposite ends of the earth love each other, they pull toward each other from across the globe. That's the power of love. In the world of God's original ideal, a person who has experienced true love has the ability and authority to possess instantly anything God wants. People need to experience such a state while on earth. One can rise to this position only if the physical and the spiritual selves become one while establishing a love relationship with God, centering on a true family. So we can feel God's love by loving our countrymen, the people of the world and the creation. Each of us, regardless of nationality, has to develop the heart to love people of all races. We need to love not just people, we need to love even the smallest microorganism. This love has to spring naturally from within. So how to experience true love? So through materials or through elements we are using every day. So if we use something, items, or if we use some materials in our lives, we need to regard this as True Mother. The money is a representative of all things in our lives. So we can see how the person can deal with the money. Then we can judge, we can consider what kind of personality he has and that she has.
돈을 좀 전시했어요. 돈을 좀 무시를 했고.
If
야, 이
you
돈
are
때문에 언제
ignorant of the
문제가
money,
되겠느냐.
and then
그래서
the difficulty will bring it us.
한 번은 이완 목사님과 관계를 하면서
And our relationship with Dr. Lee, Johan,
학교 다니면서 회계를
and
봤어요.
she
회계.
mentioned
가이드.
about the money.
회계를 봤는데 목사님이 저에게 한마디 말씀하신 게
He mentioned about the accounting, the financial.
심정의 실체야. 그런 말씀하시더라고요.
Money is not just money. Money is a substantial of our heart.
무시하지 말고
So we are not able to ignore of the money. We need to regard this money as
눈물이 가고 돈이 간다.
important.
사람들은 자기를 중심에서 주관하지만은
The person who are not,
돈만 사랑해서
who do not about our will, our ideal creation, they don't know how to use the money. But we need to ideal with the money very deeply.
그 말씀의 한마디가
And then I get to understand with this through his advice. I get to my thinking toward the money could be changed since then. And then the money is is a representative of all things. And my thinking and my thoughts toward the money completely became changed. And I try to use the money as much as possible. I could save. I try to save the money. Since then, I got to understand the importance of the money. So let's get back to the speech again. So we need to love all things. And we need to love all people. It doesn't matter what kind of nationality they are. We don't care which nationality the people are. We all need to love all the people of all races. And one more thing that we need to understand is that I would like to talk about the international meeting. And at the time, at the international meeting, someone else mentioned that who went to sleep last night. Those people who are coming from Asia, have you ever experienced to get to sleep together in one room? The people coming from Africa. So I know that true Father transcended all the people of all races. It doesn't transcend the nationality. It doesn't matter which country and what kind of skins, color of skins they have. So from the beginning, we need to love all things, and we need to love all the people of all races, and we need to love heavenly parents. This is the last. So at reaching to the last level of completed stage, we need to love invisible God, heavenly parents, and then transcending the people living in the spiritual world. We need to embrace all the people. It doesn't matter they are living in the physical world, but they are living in the spiritual world. Do you believe that those people who are living in spiritual world at the time, right now, are you believing they're able to meet true mother, true father in person?
조상들의 조상으로서 믿음의 조상으로서
As
사랑의
myself of
그들까지도
descendants of descendants of descendants of our family.
그래서 영계의 한 맺힌 조상들까지 다 해방
Sorry, ancestors of ancestors of ancestors of our family. We need to have these kind of minds
선조들을 해방하라는 겁니다.
to
그런 마음으로
liberate our ancestors with these kind of hearts and a mindset.
참 사람이다.
This is
오늘 말씀이
what we have to have a mindset with true love. This is the true love.
그 아름다운 빛이라든지 향기는
So when a flower blooms, its beauty and fragrance
사랑의 향기가
come naturally. The blossom of love has to bloom in the same way. The fragrance of love would fill the air naturally. To do this, we need to receive the nutrients that make it possible for the blossom of love to bloom. In the same way that plants receive nutrients from the soil and air, and receive nutrients from our physical body and spirit self. We receive vitality elements from our physical body and receive living spirit elements from our spirit self. This is how we become beings who are totally equipped to love and how we develop the ability to fly anywhere. When this happens, the solar system and the entire universe become the stage of our activity. So when human beings finish their physical life, they go through a second birth. This is called death. The place into which we are born this second time is the spirit world. We go into the spirit world and on behalf of the entire universe, receive love from God.
그래서 아버님의 말씀입니다. 하나님이
So,
얼마나 위대한 하나님이고 하나님의 창조가 얼마나 위대한지 아느냐라고 말씀하신 적이 있어요. 그러면서 일단 죽어보라는 거예요. 죽어서
we need, so true mother, according to true father's words, we don't know the truth of our existence unless we die.
상상할 수도 없는 너무나도 아름다워서
We cannot imagine. There will be such amazing, beautiful world, which is spiritual world and heaven. The true heavenly parents prepare for us there such a great, beautiful, greatest and beautiful, and then the last world created for us. This is a spiritual world. But if the human being cannot reach to the beautiful and the greatest world, which is a spiritual world, then they go to hell. How did heavenly parents fail about this? So the spiritual world is the world that we can see the completion of our true love. The completion of true love. In order for entering into the spiritual world, we need to complete true love. We need to own true love. But this is a problem. This is the issue that we don't have any kinds of true love before we go to spiritual world. So we need to be trained to become a person to have a complete of true love through this entire physical world. The next slide. So, in what cases is indemnity paid? All courses of indemnity are trained for me to possess true love. This is exactly what I want to say today.
그래서 내가 이 지상에 살면서 원수를 사랑하지
So,
못하면
number one, if you fail to love your enemy, you must pay indemnity.
인간은 언제 참 사람이 되고 참 사랑을
So when
표현하는 사람이 될 수 있느냐 하면
Our
그것은
human being,
원수까지도
when
사랑할
our
수 있는
human
자격이
being to
되느냐
become a
하면
person,
원수를 사랑하려면 타락한 인간이
to
원수를
fulfill our
사랑한다는 건 불가능해요.
responsibility,
일시적으로 나는
it is a time
하지만
to love your enemy.
청산되지 않는 한 다시 돌아옵니다. 원래의 타락성의 자리로.
If you are not able to turn away your fallen nature, then we cannot go to the spiritual world. And first of all, we need to love your enemy. Our level, our standard of loving person, loving the people, especially your enemy, it's depend on your standard. So if you cannot love your enemy, then we have to pay indemnity. Through indemnity, we need to become a true person, loving your enemy with your appreciation. Number two, if there is an area I don't not love, then I must pay indemnity. But there will be some areas that I don't love. Then we need to pay indemnity. So we need to have the sincere hearts to love someone else if you do something. And number three, if there is an area that I am indifferent to or ignore, I will definitely pay indemnity. If you are not interested in anymore if you're not interested in the true mother's words, and if you are ignorant of it, then you have to pay indemnity. And then unless you have your fallen nature, then you need to pay indemnity. So until you are not paying all of the indemnity you have, then you have to get through a difficult way and difficult path. But hardships and then difficulty is not a bad thing. It's not only bad things, but through this course, through this process that we are getting through these hardships and difficulty, then we can be changed to become a true person. Number four, if I have fallen nature, I pay indemnity. Definitely, I pay indemnity. We need to liberate from Satan through taking away our fallen nature. And then number five, if I have sinned, I pay indemnity. So even the true father, true mother are forgiven us. But unless we have sinned to indemnify, there will be a course of hardships and then difficulties. Number six, if you don't have a grateful heart and take everything for granted, you pay indemnity. Everything. Even like a small thing, those things that your wife is for you, the wife is making a dinner for you, and the children are doing something for you, everything that around you, you have to be thankful for all things, everything that you have experiences through your entire lives. So the words of indemnity is not just a bad words, but we need to accept this as as a something that we can take off our fallen nature, then this will be coming to us very joyfully and very thankfully.
더큰 탕감을 나에게 내려주서라도 나를 참 사람으로
We
만들려고
can
하시는
have this kind of mindset that no matter what kind of hardships and difficulties the heavenly parents gave us, but we can overcome
무슨 말씀인지 알겠죠?
this with
예,
a thankful mind.
질문인데,
So next,
시간이 좀 많이 지났네요.
we need to go through
아주
quickly
중요한 말씀이기 때문에 좀
about the next step is human fall.
사랑으로 인한 실수의 회복은
The
명확한
recovery from a
시간이
mistake of love takes more than
내가
10,000 of
한
years.
가지 얘기해 볼게요. 선생님 자신도 말
So
한마디
now I have a story for you. There was an episode of my own that I had been repenting for 7 months, but still could not be forgiven
결혼을
because of
잘못할
my
때는 어떻게
tongue
되느냐?
slip in the past.
사랑을 잘못할 때는 어떻게 되겠느냐? 몇 천 년, 몇만 년이 걸린다 이거예요. 그건 선생님이 잘 안다고
So then what if you get married a wrong way? How would it be if you love in a wrong way? It will take tens of thousands of years to recover it. I know that very clearly. I myself do not know it. So the marriage is the happiest and the scariest and the most fearful thing at the same time through the whole life. Have you thought about this? You must think that when your couple is together walking, all heaven and earth are following you, and the whole universe is with you, and then the sun is following you as if it directs a searchlight to you. It must be like this if it's a focus of the love said above. So true father said there was an episode of my own that I had been repenting for 7 months, but still could not be forgiven because of my tongue slip in the past.
아버님은 정말로 솔직하세요.
So this is true of true father's experience. But looking back on our past, how many times did we say wrong things?
어머니가 그러실 수도 있겠죠. 참 아버님의 경험도 그러한데 하물며 우리들의 과거를 돌이켜 볼 때
If we look back on our experiences through our entire life,
얼마나 많았겠습니까?
how many times did we say wrong or did we behave wrong?
하루뿐이겠습니까? 한 달만이겠습니까? 1년만이겠습니까?
What will happen if you are not forgiven for saying something wrong? If you repent for 7 months? What will happen if you marry wrong? Such mistakes bring great indemnity and bad luck.
해결해도 안 풀렸다고 그러는데요. 더 나아가지고 결혼을 잘못했을 때 어떻게 되겠느냐라고 말씀하십니다. 여기에는 엄청난 탕감과 불운이 따라온다 이렇게 말씀하십니다. 따라서
So what happens when the wrong man and wrong woman meet and fall in false love? True father said it will take tens of thousands of years to recover it.
탕감하기 위해서 몇천 년,
Thousands of hundreds of thousands of years.
실수는 똑딱하는 한순간에 하지만 그것에 대한 회복은
mistakes are made in an instant, but recovery from them takes thousands of years. This is especially the case with sex centering on wrong love. Therefore, marriage is the happiest, scariest, and the most fearful at the same time in the life. It is a fact that the false love between Adam and Eve has not been resolved even after 6,000 years have passed. In that sense, you don't know how important it is to keep purity. So keeping purity is very, very significant.
하루도 아니고 천년도 아니고
Unless you cannot purify, purity, you have to be paid. You have to pay indemnity for such a long time in anywhere you are. It took 400 years for God to find Abraham to recover Noah's son's Ham's mistake and Abraham's failure to cut the doves caused by descendants to be slaves in Egypt for over 430 years. Can you believe it? So therefore, we need to clearly know how devastating a momentary mistake you make without realizing can be and how much time it takes to indemnify it. So you don't know how important the life of a blessed couple is. You must think that when your couple is walking together, all heaven and earth are following you, and the whole universe is with you, and the sun is following you. It's So next, a life of speech. When does harmony in love happen? If the wife regards her husband as absolute and the husband regards his wife as absolute, what remains between the two? The only thing that remains between those two people is love. In this way, harmony arises between a husband and wife who regard each other as absolute. When looking with the law of true love, a couple is meant to absolutely live for the sake of each other. If you deviate from this law, no one would be able to exist. What is the purpose for the husband and wife? To form a bond? It is because of true love. True love is based on the premise of not asserting oneself. True love is meant to think about the partner first when denying oneself. If the couple is an absolute entity that must exist for the partner, we must completely deny ourselves. Isn't that right? It is easier said than done. Isn't it difficult to put it into practice? If you put yourself first and assert yourself, you cannot regard your partner as absolute. Who do I exist for? Don't I exist because of my husband or wife? I, who exist because of myself, cannot exist. Conflicts and fights arise to those who exist for themselves. So for the couple, if the wife regards her husband as absolute and the husband regards his wife as absolute, what will result of the couple? There will only be harmony of love. This is God's law of creation. So when looking with the law of true love, a couple is meant to absolutely live for the sake of each other. A couple that absolutely lives for the sake of their partner cannot self-assert themselves. If you turn away from this law, no one would be able to exist. So the absolute law of true love is premised on not asserting oneself. If the couple is an absolute entity that must exist for the partner, we must completely deny ourselves. Who do I exist for? When I think that I exist because of my husband, I exist because of my wife, I exist because of my children, I exist because of Cain, I exist because of Abel. A pastor exists because of the church members, and church members exist because of the pastor. The value of our existence becomes revealed. So therefore, the value of my existence can only be revealed through the other person. Conflicts and fights arise to those who exist for themselves. So for the couple that assert themselves, their relationship is hell and suffering. So what is a hell and suffering? That's a conflict between the couple. Not becoming one with each other, it's a hell and a suffering. So we are back and forth between health and suffering in our lives. this is honestly speaking.
그거 이상 지옥이 없어요. 부부가 하나가 되면
No,
그 이상 천국이 없어요. 그런 거 보면
there's
하나가
nothing
되는 게 천국이구나.
the becoming one with each other
지옥이구나.
than
그뿐입니까? 더군다나 우리는
heaven.
축복을
Heaven.
알고 참부모를 알고 원리를 알잖아요.
So what
그렇기 때문에
we
우리가
meet
아무것도
true
없는
mother and true father, and we
세상
get to
사람들이 뭐
understand the truth
기준이
of
있기 때문에
love,
사람들이
true
문제가
love.
되는데
So we
이
need to
기준이 있고
set
내가
up
몸을
our
안 따라가니까
standard of this.
이게 큰 고통을 느끼는 게 아닙니까?
Since we receive the blessing.
참 사랑의 실현은 관계를
The
통해서
next step, the realization of true love is fulfilled through relationships. So when we look with the principle of true love, we cannot deny that we ourselves exist because of relationships. Just as I have a relationship with God, my spouse, my children, and my brothers and sisters, my being exists because of relationships. If I deviate from these relationships, I am a being that cannot do anything. The realization of true love can only be fulfilled through these relationships. There is no doubt in this. These relationships are not relationships that don't matter if they exist or not. They are absolutely necessary relationships. Knowing this principle of true love, true parents, esteemed couple live with standards of absolute trust and love. This promise is God's absolute commandment. Therefore, anyone who is a couple must live with this absolute standard. So, what is God's absolute commandment? My being only exists through relationships, and it can never exist apart from relationships. Therefore, it is God's absolute commandment to regard these relationships as absolute. Having a relationship with God, my spouse, my children, my brothers and sisters, and my Cain and Abel is something that is absolute. I cannot take apart from these relationships for even a moment. So humans are beings that cannot do anything if they are apart from these relationships. The realization of true love can only be fulfilled through these relationships. However, these relationships are not relationships that don't matter if they exist or not. They are absolute necessary relationships. So next, the last part of our speech, the age in which the husband and wife must take responsibility for each other. Next, the husband and wife must make effort to not hurt each other's heart. When a couple is apart from their partner and acts as they like and think, center on themselves, they hurt and sadden their partner's heart. If the husband acts as he pleases without his wife's agreement, it brings the consequences of disregarding his wife. If the wife also acts as she pleases without any relation to her husband, it becomes an act of disregarding her husband. Therefore, between the husband and wife, we should strive to never disregard each other. The opposite sex of male and female is for each other to find true love. So what is the purpose of husband and wife? They are people who met each other to find true love. Can you deny this? When we look center on the word, what kind of family are you today? You are a family with what kind of attitude? As husband and wife, we are people who must live regarding the couple relationship as absolute. We must take responsibility over each other. This is the age when we must know about the principle of true love and each fulfill their own portion of responsibility. This is not the age to pray or go to church. It is. So what is the final purpose of the couple meeting? What is the purpose of the existence of parents and children? All of this is to realize true love in the end.
사랑은 자기 혼자 만들 수 없기 때문에 반드시 상대를 통해서 오기 때문에
You
상대를
must
통해서
know
오기
that
때문에
true
반드시
love
거기에
must
선택의
always be
여지가
based
없습니다.
on
그러므로
your partner.
참사랑의
So there
주관자는
is no choice
반드시
there.
상대를
Therefore, the
결제해야
conclusion is that
되는
in order to
결론이
realize
되었습니다.
true love, we must regard your partner as absolute.
나누면서 부부관계를 절대시하면서
But
살고
what
있습니다.
kind of family are you
결혼은 서로가
today?
서로를
As husband and wife,
존중합니다.
are you living your
이것은
life regarding the
사랑의
conjugal
시대를 시작하고 있는
relationship as
부부와
absolute?
정성 중에
The
가장
couple
큰
must
기도와
take
성수는
responsibility
부부가
over
서로를
each other. The age
절대시하는
of
것입니다.
love demands
오늘은
this.
사랑의
The
조화,
greatest prayer
부부에게
and Jeongsong
일어나는 내용을
among
가지고
prayers and Jeongsong is for a husband.
말씀을
So today I
드렸습니다.
talk about if couples regards each other as absolute, harmony of love will arise in our family, in ourselves.
그들의 사랑의 조화가 일어난다라고 이렇게 말씀을 해주셨습니다.
So as he
이렇게
mentioned
말씀
about
들으면서도
the age in which the husband and wife must take responsibility for each other.
걸 저도 어제 경험했습니다.
This is the age. This is
네,
our age where we're living
말씀을
in.
여쭤보는 시간을 갖도록
So now we are having the
하겠습니다.
time to share our
어떻게
gratitude and
보고
reflection
싶은지도
about
많습니다만,
toward today's speech,
네.
today's words.
네.
Will you share? Is there
상,
anyone who can share
타리아스상.
your
제가
own
주말마다
reflection?
해서 죄송한데요. 얼굴 보면 반가워서 그렇습니다. よろしくお願いします。ゆきさん。
Yuki-san, will you say
ございます。
something
いつも貴重な
about
言葉ありがとうございます。
yourself? Thank you for
いや、
your
そうですね。
all the time with
最
this
後の
special
4
speech.
御言葉で愛の調
The
和。
last part,
やっぱり
the harmony of true
もう
love.
本当に死
This
ぬま
is
で
very, this is the
死ぬまで
best
本当に夫
thing
婦
I
がどれだ
feel.
け一体化するのかっていうのをいつも本当
So
に考えてし
until
まうんですが。
before we go
やっぱり
into spiritual world, how we can accomplish this
考えてしまい
goal,
ます。
the becoming a true partner in our couples.
들어갈까요?
네, 네, 안녕하세요. 항상 귀한 말씀 감사합니다. 오늘 마지막 말씀에서 사랑의 조화라는
So we
말씀
need to
들었는데요.
keep harmony
이것을
of true
가지고
love.
얼마나 부부가 하나가 될 수 있을까
How
깊이 생각하게
are
됩니다.
we able to possible
で
to
やっぱり今ちょっと
become
日
one
本にい
in
る
a
の
couple?
で一緒に住んでないので、そのから
We
電
are
話とか
apart
で
from
やっ
each
ぱり
other.
電
My
話を通して
my
もやっ
husband
ぱりこのコミュニケーションを通してもやっぱりこのお
through
互
the
いを
call,
本当に尊重し
through
ないと
our
やっぱり自
communication
分が
of
できちゃうとやっ
of the
ぱりなんか
call,
こう
we need to
言葉に
keep
止めら
up
れるというか
communication through the
そんな
call.
風な感じが
But
あ
I
るので
feel
やっぱり
that
本当に
between our relationship with my
電
husband,
話でもやっぱりこ
I
うい
need
つ
to
もやっぱ
think
り相
of
手の日常
others.
とかやっぱり一緒にいない
I
分
need to think
知りたい
of
のでやっぱ
the
りこういろいろ
my
聞いて
husband's
聞いて
situation.
本当に
So we need to
やっ
check
ぱりどんな思いだ
how
ったの
what
か
kind
と
of
かいろん
situation
な
they
風なそういう
my
こ
husband
とで
is in right
理
now.
解しようと
So I
思
try
って
to understand his situation
日
through our communication of the call
々思ってま
or
す。
phone call.
지금 제가 일본에 살고 있어서 함께 살고 있지는 않습니다. 그래서 자주 전화로 수수작용을 하는데요. 서로 존중하지 않으면 말에 가시가
So
생겨버립니다.
unless I
전화를
respect my
하면서
husband through
알고
the phone
싶은 것이
call,
너무 많고
then
서로가 이해하지 않으면 안
it's
된다는
difficult for us
것을
to
정말 느낍니다.
keep our better relationship.
まあ、とに
So
かく早く帰って早く帰ってやっぱり一緒に住みたいっていうのが一番なんですけど、
my
まあ、本当に
conclusion
それま
is
でやっ
that
ぱ
I
り
would like
今
to
までの本当
live
教
with
会
my
からの
husband
お言葉で
together.
本当に気づかされることとかがたく
At the
さんあるの
moment,
で、
we are
再度
apart from each other,
それ
unfortunately.
は本当今仕事してる 周りに出会う人に実践を通して、
But and
いろ
I
いろ本当に
realized
そこに連結できるよう
that
に、夫
we
婦も
are
本当に
I am
夫
able
婦
to
また
have a relationship with a
関係
person
性が違うと思うんですが、
who
でも
I
愛
met
することってい
through
うこと
our
では、
daily
本当に
lives.
全てを連結できるように、
And then I really try to relate to those people who I met
빨리
every time, every single day
네,
in
필리핀에
our
돌아가서
lives.
함께 살고 싶다라고 생각합니다. 이용 회장님께서 하시는 말씀 중에서 많이 느끼는 것이 많고, 일단 지금
So
나
I'm really
가족이
so
같이 있지
thankful
않지만 주변
that
사람들과의 실전을 통해서 부부의 관계에
today's
연결시키기를
speech made me
바랍니다. 네,
feel
열심히 살겠습니다.
네.
determined to
아,
become a great person.
떨어져 사는 것보다 함께 사는 게 더 어려워요. 내가 경험해 보니까
But
그래.
through my experience, but being
내가
together
경험해
with
보니까
each other
떨어져
is
사는
much more
것보다
difficult
함께 사는 게 더
rather
어렵다고.
than being apart from
내가
each
요즘에
other
그런 걸
as a couple.
많이 느끼면서 아이고,
Recently, I get to
좀 더 일찍
realize this
돌아와가지고
is very difficult
좀 더 내가
for each
이해하고
other
사랑해줬으면
to
좋겠는데.
make a
그래서
great, better
살아보니까 더
relationship,
문제요.
living
문제예요.
together
그러니 그거
in a
어떡하냐.
couple.
예, 감사하고요. 우리 그 시노다 요시코 사마.
Yoshiko,
시노다 요시코
Mrs.
사마.
Yoshiko Shinoda, can you share your
はい。
gratitude?
本当にもういつもありがとうございます。
Thank
음,
you very much
いやー
for everything.
毎日のこの御言葉が
The speech, precious speech that we have every
ま
morning,
ずこの御言葉を知れたこと聞
it
かせ
makes
ていただける
me
ことが本当に感謝だなと
makes
思
my
っておりま
life
す。
very delightful to
네,
get to know the
감사합니다.
truth.
매일 이 말씀을 듣고 우선 이 말씀을 알 수 있었던 것에
This is a
감사하고
truth
있습니다.
that we get to know about this fact. We are
本当にね正直なところ
honestly
いや
speaking,
どうするべきかと。
how we can
どうしたらいいかな
accomplish
思いながらまあで
this,
も
how we can get through
まず一旦
and
は話すと
how
こ
we
ろで
can
まあ
put
離れている
put action into my daily life with these words, precious words.
変われるのかな心
How
が
can we
本当
change?
に
How can our hearts
愛したい
change,
気持ちに
be changed?
変換できるのかなって
How
思いながら
how is my heart be changed
ただこ
to
ちら
love
に
people?
集われている方たちがまあ今の私から見るとあまりにももう素晴らしいなって思える思わせていただきでも今これをこの現実を
I'm
抱
so
えている私が
grateful to meet all of the blessed couples gathering in this morning
あ
devotion
なるほどと
who had a
私は
greatest and a wonderful
御言葉を聞
mindset
きながらも本当に
and listen to
全部が
this
心が一つになる
to
って
father's speech, to mother's
ど
speech,
うなればいいんだろう
how we
ちょっ
can
とこう実際で
become one
見たい知りたいってちょっ
음,
と自分も
as a couple with each other as a
見
couple.
れなかった
But
内
we
容だった
can
ので
actually, I
そう
want
いう
to
ことも
know, I want to see exactly
よ
the
うやく
how we
そうなんだと
how we becoming together,
夫に対して
becoming one with each other.
何々様と
But I'm so amazed, so surprised
あ
that people attending in this morning devotion, they tried to do their best by
ようやくですね。ようやく
calling
ですね。
their name Sama.
うん
Is they respecting
ってなことが
by
あるし
respecting their
この
partner
訓読会に来る前に
by calling the, you know by calling their
ちょっ
names.
と もう一度夫と会っ
respectively,
たんですけど、
like
まあ
Mr.
ちょっと
or
大変な
Doctor or
仕
please
事
my
で、
husband,
でも
please
その後に
Mr.
いた
my
だいた
husband,
あの
please Mrs. my
図書館
wife.
でいただいたいただいたというか感じたなメッセージが、まあさあここからだ、今ここからだって、ってまだこれ今ここからやらないといけないのとその時はちょっと思ったんですけど、まあこの軍読会にそういうことかと、私の人生はやっぱり今ここからなんだとまた思
So
いな
I
がら、
couldn't believe my own standard of a life of
네,
faith.
솔직하게
I couldn't
말하면
check
어떻게
my
하면
level
좋을까
or my standard
많이 고민하고
of a
있습니다.
life of
지금
standard
떨어져 살고
or life
있는데
of
그
attendance
동안에
which
내 마음이
which
변화가
our
있어야지.
church
내가
requires and then
사랑하고 싶은
expects
마음이
all the blessed families to
생길지
have.
너무 고민하고 있고,
But I'm still
근데 지금
I've been
훈독회
struggling with
참석하면서
these
여기에
kind of thing
계시는
to
분들 사이가
reach to
너무
the best
플루해서
standard and then
이렇게 사는 거
best
있구나라는 것을
level
볼 수 있었다는
which
것이
is
너무
required.
감사하고 부부가 사랑으로 하나가 된다라는 것이
But it's true,
어떤
since I
곳에서
started
상상도
to
못했지만
attend
그
this morning devotion,
훈독회를
and
통해서
I feel like
부부가 누구누구는
I
라고
becoming to
팀을 그룹을
change
만들어서
a lot
이렇게
by
부른다.
putting
그런 것을
an
보면서 아,
action
이렇게 살아야
into
되는구나라는 것을
putting
느꼈다는
the
것을
words
감사하고
into
있습니다. 이
practice.
훈독회 참석하기 전에 사실 남편과 만났지만 좀
The before,
힘들었는데
I had a
여기
difficulty with my
세상에서
husband before
봤을 때
I
지금
joined this morning
지금부터
devotion,
시작이다라는
and
말을 듣고
I got
정말
some
이 훈독회를
hearing when I was
참석하면서
in a
아,
library
이제부터
that
시작이구나라는 것을
from now
느꼈습니다.
on I need to start again. I need to restart with my own standard I have.
なのでこれからだと思ってたらちょっと軍読会が終わってしまうということで、
So what happened to me since this morning devotion will end up? How can we keep having this keep this as my own standard,
いやー本当に
not getting down my standard?
私がこの残していただいているこの内容を毎日まずは4月13日まで毎日視聴させていただきながら本当は
As I believe, I determined and made up my mind again that I need to reborn and go forward on my path, my own path in Japan, a life of accordance without morning devotion,
진짜 지금부터
which is difficult.
생각했었는데 갑자기 훈독회가 이제 그만둔다고 해서 너무 아쉽습니다.
I'm very
지금
sad
제가
that
111회부터 참석했는데 처음부터 듣고 있었으면 얼마나 좋았을까. 좀 아쉬움이
I
많지만
regret that I would like to start to join this morning devotion,
정말
but hopefully we have a recorded video which ran out before, so I would like to reborn and go start again with this kind of recorded video by watching this video record. So please remind yourself that Heavenly Parents loves you so much. Please.
이 딸을 어떻게 구원할까? 이 딸을 어떻게 해야 될까?
How can you think about the Heavenly Parent's heart that as he was looking at you who are not living with a precious as a true parent's words.
이런 자리에 쉽게 나올 수가 없어요.
But I believe that you built the conditions and standard that you are connected to this morning devotion.
둘이 함께 살려고 그러는데.
I know the Heavenly Parents
동정하는 요소가 있다니까.
So there you may be able to have some aspects that heavenly parents really loves you, and he guides you to join this morning devotion, and then let you inform, that you get to understand the importance of the parents' words. So heavenly parent is a person who is try to the best to find us as a blessed child, your child, who you are really longing for to meet. So please, everyone, please embrace and then have the heavenly parents as those kind of parents. Then the heavenly parents will be able to guide you and help you and support you. Unless you have this kind of mindset and then thinking, then I believe the heavenly parents will be with you, and then there will be hope for us, for each one of us here, to get more easily way to go a life of peace.
넬슨하고 링컨이 알아듣지 못하니까 뭐냐면 그 에그너스가 일본 말에서 아마 영어로 통역해 주는 것 같아. 그런 내가 느낌을 받았는데 우리 에그너스가 정말 일본에 가서
So,
일본 말도
Mrs. Agnes, please go to when you are going to Japan this time, and I hope you will be able to become a person to globally working as a globally, and then work on successfully.
들어가기 전에요. 내일 기도는 고다마 가즈미상 순서가 되어 있습니다. 준비 부탁드립니다. 고다마 가즈미상 ですね. 明日の祈祷は. 네, 그러면 오늘의 말씀 다시 또 가슴에 새기고 공명기도, 호명기도하는 시간을 갖도록
So
하겠습니다.
let us pray. Let us all
올려주시고요.
pray together by mute off. Time to have a prayer. By mute off.
어머님도 한마디 잘못해서 제게 하나님을 들으셨습니다. 하나님을 ことを聞きました。
아, 주입니다.
次回のまま来ることができるよう
예,
に
감사합니다.
口をお
아,
願いしながら、
감사합니다.
ジニスさん、お姉さんの家庭を導かれますことをお願いしながら、こういうハンマザー、
감사합니다.
マザー、ハンニハベル、祝福家庭、コベチガスコロナで感謝、祈祷を捧げいたします。
요시미짱, 요시미상, 요시미 교과 아리가또 고자이마스. 야, 쭈르따니 사천오 가오 교 미루고토가 됐기 때문에 우레시 데스. 아, 교코산노 오이노리모 혼돈이 신조 훅갖고 아리가또 고자이마스. 김주상 장로님, 그다음에 이순재 권사님, 감사합니다. 아리가또 고자이마스. 막기상, 하나님이 당신의 걱정을 막기상한테 맡기고 참부모님이 자기 자신의 걱정을 막기상한테 맡기고 야, 저 막기라는 이름이 그렇게 좋구나. 정말로 감사하고 네, 우리 신정옥 권사님 오늘따라 얼굴이 예쁘네요. 김동기 장로님한테 사랑을 받은 건 아니겠고 어떻게 저렇게 얼굴이 오늘따라 예쁜가 모르겠네. 감사합니다, 신정옥 권사님.
제가 원래 얼굴이 예뻐요.
그래. 고맙습니다. 우리 하나코짱 아리가또 고자이마스. 카케치카 아치코상 감사합니다. 차엔 나오미상 마고가 있다네. 아리가또 고자이마스. 네. 가오리짱 뭐 이러노? 가오리가 이나이? 이나이 됐을까? 문효원 권사님 감사합니다. 우리 김영수 우리 목사님 정말로 감사하고요. 박경화 씨, 박경화. 아니 박경화 권사 어머니 아버지 아직 살아 계세요? 돌아가셨어?
돌아가신 지 한 10년 됐어요.
아, 네 분 다 돌아가셨어?
예.
아, 그렇구나. 우리 정규상 장로가 장인 장로를 정말 많이 사랑했어야 됐는데, 그리고 박경화 권사님은 정말 시부모를 사랑해야 돼. 시부모를 정말 사랑하지 않으면 절대 천국 못 가. 그러니까 영계 가면 제일 먼저 나타나는 사람이 누구냐 하면 장로님이 나타나고 권사님이 나타나가지고 너 나 얼마나 사랑했느냐. 그게 심판의 기준이 된다. 그러니까 사랑할 수 있는 사람을 사랑하는 건 누구나 다 하는 거야.
It's okay for us to love the people who can love, but it's difficult for us to love the person who you cannot love. So please love 정규사님, love your father-in-law and parent-in-law who goes to the spiritual world. Try to love them.
사랑의 챔피언이 되어가지고
Please become a love champion. Loving more than anyone else. Love the people more than anyone else.
호리키리상 후후 감사합니다. 신호다 요시코상. 私が신호다상 신호다상 볼 때 조금 전에도 느꼈지만 하나님이 우리 신호다상 많이 사랑을 해주시는 그런 느낌을 받습니다.
신호다상, as I mentioned that I feel like the greatest love through Heavenly Parents toward you, 시모사상.
9보실 때 텐코쿠마데 이키마쇼. 감사합니다. 아리가또 고자이마스. 그 다음에 우리 시모무라 이쿠코상 이사 선생 혼돈히 감사합니다.毎日 아이노 기세기가 起こるようにお祈りしています. 유키사 유키카리아사.
I pray for you to bring a miracle to your life every time, every single moment.
또 에그너스, I love you, 넬슨, 링컨. Lincoln, you should be better than Abraham Lincoln, President Lincoln, okay? You should be heavenly Lincoln. Heavenly Lincoln. Not just only Abraham Lincoln. Okay, do you understand what I'm talking about? Lincoln. Understood? Understood?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Agnes, 頑張ってね。ありがとうございます。ダリンティ・コクマカ、町山貞子さん、佐藤ヨン、ありがとうございます。もう妹をよくケアして、私は永遠に敬礼式しなければならない。ありがとうございます。感謝합니다。みよこちゃん、みよこ、松本さん、いつもメイン日曜日一訳してくださって本当にありがとうございます。島谷さん、今まですべてのことを縛って新しく出発するコージーチジルさん、ありがとうございます。チョンチャンシー、コクマカン、カオリ、森下さん、いつも美しいでありがとうございます。小玉、小玉の意味は韓国でコデハマ。コデハマと似ている。小玉はコデハマ。コデハマ。I expect something。私が何か期待している。お前たちが本当に孫とじになることを期待している。コデハマ。
He is talking about the names of his name. His name has some meaning of expectations in Korean words.
ありがとうございます。편옥기 오공환 씨 감사합니다. 世界で一番綺麗な人、さとみちゃん、小寺さん、ありがとうございます。네, 우리 또 한사랑 씨,本当に 감사합니다.
Thank you for each one of you attending, joining today's morning devotion. Thank you very much, everyone.
나타샤, 아케미, 하라다 상이 나오셨습니다. 감사합니다. 감사의 박수 보내주세요.
Thank you very much.
아케미상, 本当に ありがとうございます. 예, 그리고 미리상, 마키코, 아나타니상, 원주 카요상, MK, 가와사키, 케이코상, 나오미, 오무라, 사카가미상, 사치코, 유키마츠상, 이와타상, 시모미, 사치코상 모두 감사합니다.
Everyone, thank you very much. Please have a great day and a victorious day today. Have a happiest day.
네, 감사합니다.
Bye, everyone.
ありがとうございました。